How many of you have ever played an instrument? Okay, you can put your hands down. Hi, my name is Tyler Bazemore. I play the trumpet, and today I'm going to tell you the history of the trumpet, how a trumpet works, and how you make music on one. The history of the trumpet. Now, most trumpets are usually made out of brass or coated with a silver. Now, there have been records of a trumpet ever since 1500 BC in Egypt and many parts of Rome. But the modern valve trumpet was introduced in the 1800s. Now, not many people believed in the trumpet, as they thought that the cornet, which is right here, would outlast it, and the trumpet was only a fad. Now, the cornet is a smaller and more compact instrument compared to the trumpet. But the trumpet ended up overtaking the cornet and has become a standard in music, in orchestras, and many types of bands. How the trumpet works. The trumpet works by pressing down 3 different valves. Each valve opens up more tubing to the instrument, right here, here, and each valve has a different set amount of tubing. So the first valve lowers the partial note or open note, in which no valves are played or pressed, and the first valve lowers it by a whole step. The second valve lowers it by a half step, so it's a little bit higher than the first valve. Now the third valve lowers the partial note by a 1.5 step, or a combination of the first 2 valves. With all these different types of valves, you can see how all the notes of our musical scales can be played. Now, to make a sound on the trumpet, you have to do what's called a buzzing. Now, to do buzzing, or buzz, you tighten the corners of your mouth as well as your top lip and make a sort of sound in which you're spitting out rice, kind of like. Now you do this into the mouthpiece of a trumpet, and you have both your lips slightly open, in which you can still move air, but slightly closed. If you do it right, it should sound something like this. All brass instruments have a mouthpiece and are played very similarly in the way that you play a trumpet. In conclusion, many brass instruments, and trumpets specifically, are fascinating and beautiful instruments to learn about. From the very first trumpets in 1500 BC to when they were first made in the 1800s, all the way up till now, trumpets are constantly being engineered to become prettier and much more beautiful than they have been before. And with more and more music using trumpets and all sorts of brass instruments, it is a very good thing to know how they work. Thank you. Here are my citations.